Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Ruby Garcia and I'm a transformational coach and the founder of Women Warrior Within. For those of you who may have missed my announcement about Women Warrior Within, um, Women Warrior Within is a movement dedicated to empowering women to reclaim their power so that they can live their life purpose, fulfill their destiny and transform the world through positive contributions and impact. So I'm super excited about that, and if you're interested in knowing more, you can head over to the Woman Warrior Within Facebook page. But today I wanted to talk to you a little about courage, and this has been a topic that has been on my mind over the last 6 or 7 months as I've been going in new uncharted territory in my life, and I've thought I've really had to think a lot about courage, and especially with a brand like Woman Warrior Within. It's a strong, powerful business, and so there's a lot of courage behind a warrior, right? So I spent some time thinking, and what occurred to me was that most of us live on a spectrum. There's a spectrum of say love and fear, and we live somewhere on that spectrum, and we make decisions out of one of those spaces, or maybe somewhere in the middle, or maybe sometimes even a combination. And I've noticed that for most of my life, I've really come from a place of fear. I've made a lot of fear-based decisions without even knowing it. So these have looked like decisions made because it was the right thing to do, and right, is kind of can be vague. It was a thing. Here's a better way to say it. It was a thing that I should do, right? And it was, the thing that they wanted me to do. Like there's a department of they, right? It was out of obligation. It was to be liked, to people please. And coming from fear, that's not exactly the best place to come from. And so I've had to learn to shift in the decision making and really come from a different place, and that place can be love. And I'm still practicing, to be honest. This is not something that I have figured out or that I've even mastered. It's a continual practice for me. So if you come from a space of love, or if I come from a space of love, it's really about doing things because I want to, because I have a desire to, because it is empowering, it's rewarding, it's fulfilling, it's brings me joy. And that's a place that I want to come from more in my life. And so I'm really trying to practice just living more courageously. And yesterday David White had put a Facebook post out about courage, as a matter of fact. And I didn't know this, but courage, the origin and etymology of it, the Latin root word is cor, which means heart. So I thought that was pretty cool, because you've got to have heart, to go out and do things. And Woman Warrior, I mean, that's the first line of the manifesto is a woman warrior leads with her heart. And so I love that has come together, and I'm still kind of processing that, to be honest. But one of the things that David said was, courage is the measure, here we go, courage is the measure of our heartfelt participation with life, with one another, community, work, and a future. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to share with you 5 ways to live a more courageous life. So here we go. Number 1, be you. All of you. Be you, and be you, fully self-express. So, whether that's through your appearance, which I'm now noticing that look all crooked here, but whether that's through the way that you dress, through your hairstyle, the way you do your makeup, be you in the things that you like and your dislikes. Be you in all ways. Like, just be really loving and accepting of yourself. Be unapologetic for who you are. Don't shy away from the gifts and talents and strengths and skills that you have. And being you also means being vulnerable. And that sometimes isn't always as easy because we want to put on a good front, right? Like when you're dating and stuff like that, you're always putting your best foot forward. But there comes a time in the relationship where you really just got to be, vulnerable, and it's not just in terms of like things like flaws, but it's also about, really being able to share your thoughts, being able to share your opinions freely without worrying about judgment. It's about sharing your heart with other people, and it's just about showing up like fully you, uninhibited. As one of my friends would like to say, it's showing up open kimono, like all of you being expressed. Robert Frost said, "But as long as your courage holds out, you may as well go right ahead making a fool of yourself. All brave men are fools." I love that. So it's funny because I actually think about even these videos, and I've only done a few of them so far, but for me it was a little scary to be doing these. And if I'm totally honest, I actually don't watch these videos after I record them because I'm afraid I'll get all judgmental about it and think about all the things I should have said or done, or maybe I did it wrong. And so I don't do it, and I really try to come from my heart when I create those. And I know by putting myself out there that there are people who are going to disagree, or I'm putting myself on the line to be critiqued. But I also believe in being fully self-expressed. It's one of my most important values, and to me that is more important than the critique. So 1, be you, be all of you. Number 2, surround yourself with courageous people. Courageous people are going to push you. They're going to encourage you. They're going to they're going to support you. They're going to support your dreams. They're not going to knock you down. They're not the negative Nellies. They're not the people that are always, the pessimist. Be careful about who you surround yourself. Jim Rohn said, you are the five closest people that you surround yourself with. So who are the 5 people that you have in your life? Are they people that are living courageous lives, or are they people that are letting themselves and letting you settle? And I don't believe that anyone should live a life of just settling. Like, I believe that we can all live, outrageous and lives that we love. So surround yourself with other people that are going to encourage you. I've been really fortunate to have just a great community, and with those people that are well, here's a great way to think about it. Michelle, my coach, always says, think about people in your life and identify whether they're engines or anchors, and surround yourself with engines. Those are people that are going to propel you forward, and you might need to distance yourself from those people that are anchors and are going to hold you down and hold you back. 3, focus on the bigger picture. So one of the things about living a courageous life is that we get scared, right? We totally get scared. And but we have to, if you remember what I said in the manifesto, the Woman Warrior Manifesto yesterday, one of the things that I mentioned was that a woman warrior is someone who is more concerned with fulfilling her destiny than getting it right or having it look good or perfect. And this is all about acting from your commitment instead of your feelings. I mean, things are going to make us scared, and the key is to do it anyways. It's to act not out of fear, but act to our bigger commitment. So what's the bigger thing? Like, my bigger thing with Woman Warrior Within is really to make a positive impact. It's really to call forth women to live out their life purpose. It's to have them be the who they're meant to be in this world. I want to partner with women so that they can discover that for themselves. And that's more important to me than how I look on this video, because if I can make an impact to one woman, like, that makes a huge difference. And who cares if someone else critiqued me and didn't like my scarf on my head or whatever, you know what I mean? It's doing it anyways. It's really coming from the things that are important to us. It's coming from a place of love. It's coming from our commitment to make a difference. And then number 4, practice being courageous. It's just like building a muscle, right? We're not all born just courageous warriors. We have to build a muscle. Brene Brown, in her book The Gifts of Imperfection, which, by the way, if you haven't read any of Brown's books, highly recommend you read them. She is one of my sheroes. I absolutely love Brene Brown. I hope to share a stage with her one day. She says, courage is a habit, a virtue. You get it by courageous acts. It's like you learn to swim by swimming. You learn courage by couraging. So it's something that we just have to practice. So I'd encourage you to practice being courageous daily. Is there something that you can do? Is there someone that you can talk to? Is it it can be little things. It doesn't have to be this one big great act. It can be just small things of being courageous and showing up in our lives fully. Maybe it's being fully self-expressed. And I think we underestimate too, especially as women. I think we often underestimate how courageous we really are. And if you look back at your life, you would probably see that there's been quite a few courageous acts that you've taken on, and you probably don't even realize it. So number 5 is know that no matter what, you will be okay. So even if you fail, you're going to be all right. And this is all about, failing forward. We can learn through our failures. It's about looking for the gold in the grit, right? And just know that even if you fail, it's okay. There's a book written by a nurse. You've probably heard this before, but she wrote about regrets from the death from people on their deathbeds. And one of the most common regret was people not living the life that they wanted, but instead living the life that they should. And so I bring that up just to encourage you to really know that no matter what, you'll be okay. And we only get one life, so we want to be able to use it wisely. So here again, I'm just going to wrap it up. So 5 steps to living a courageous life: be you, be all of you. 2, surround yourself with courageous people. 3, elevation. Just give yourself elevation, altitude, and focus on the bigger picture. Act from your commitment and not your feelings. Number 4, practice courage daily. And number 5, know you'll be okay. So I would love to hear from you. I would love to know what courageous things that you've done in your life. And also, where in your life could you be more courageous? Do you need to have a conversation with someone? Is there a situation that you need to face? What are you willing to take on this week in order to practice being courageous? So I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, you can head over to the Woman Warrior Within Facebook page and share your stories, share your acts of courage. And, this is all about living a courageous life, living a life that we love. So live courageously, warrior, and live outrageously. Till next time.